So hello everyone, in this video we are going to see the problem diameter of a binary tree. So the diameter of a tree, sometimes called the width, is the number of nodes on the longest path between the two end nodes. The diagram below shows two trees each with diameter 9. The leaves that forms the end of the longest path are shaded. Note that there is more than one path in each tree of length 9 but no path longer than the 9 nodes. So basically diameter simply means that we have to find the longest path between two leaf nodes. For example, for this given tree we have the longest path as this one. So this one which I am tracing, this is our longest path, right? So what we have to output is, we have to output the nodes on the longest path. For example, in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So we will output 9. You can check for any other different path, you will not get nodes greater than 9. So suppose if you can check between this node and this node, you will not get greater than 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is also giving 9 only. For example, if you will check for this and this node, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is giving 8 only. So in this way you have to check for every node that what is the longest path that it is giving from between two leaf nodes and how much nodes exist between these two leaf nodes, and you have to return the maximum nodes. Okay, so similar is the case in this case also. So between these two nodes also there exist 9 nodes only. So let's count once: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So let's now see the logic for this, and then we will see how to code this problem. So basically diameter of a tree we have to find out. So so first of all there can exist multiple paths, that you have to understand this. So the answer path for this question is this one. This one is the answer path, right? But there can be multiple paths that exist for this given binary tree. For example, there can be a path like this. There can be a path like 4 to 7, where 1, 2, 3 and 4 nodes are there. But since we already have the 9 nodes, we will not take this path. Again, we can have a different path like this one, 4 to 11, or for example you can say 4 to 12. Let's count the nodes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again it is giving 8 only. So we have to take the maximum one. So we have already seen the maximum that we have is 9. So how to solve this problem? If you will look like this problem might seem to be very complicated, but we have already done a similar kind of problem. Basically what we have to do over here is, for every given node we have to find the height of its left subtree and then the height of its right subtree, and we have to add 1 to it. Okay, then we will get the nodes between the leaf nodes for a given node. For example, the answer that we have over here contains the root node as 1, right? So what it is doing is, it is calculating the height of the, if it is left subtree, height of its right subtree, and we will add 1 to it, 1 for the root node. So for example, if we will calculate the left height, we will get 1, 2 and 3, and if we will calculate the right height, we will get 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? And then what we will do is, we will do 3 plus 5 plus 1, which is 9. So this way we have calculated the number of nodes between two leaf nodes on the largest path. But this we have done only for root 1. Similarly we have to do it for root 3 and for 6. Means for every single node we have to do this thing. And whatever the answers that we are getting, suppose for 1 we are getting answer as 9. Let's see the case for 2 what we are getting. For 2 what we will get 1 from this side and 2 from this side. So what it will do is 2 plus 1 is 3 and 1 for the root. So 2 plus 1 plus 1, it will give 4. So in this way we have to take all the answers that we are getting for all the different nodes, and we have to give the maximum out of it. So the maximum which we will get will be our final answer. Okay, so this is basically the logic. So the logic is very much similar to the height code that we have already written in our previous videos. There is one more condition check that we have to do, is that is we only have to check the maximum values out of all the values that we are getting from the while we are calculating the heights. Okay, so before moving further, let's see one more example. So this is again the example in which we are having the answer as this path. Okay, not through 1, we will only pass through 2. Okay, so this is our path. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 9 is our answer in this case also. So let us consider traversing for 1 and 2. Okay, for 1 what it will give, return from the left side 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and from this side what it will return 2. So 5 plus 2 plus 1, it is giving as 8 only. Okay, for 2 let's check 1, 2, 3 and 4. For 2 it will return 4 from the left side, and 1, 2, 3 and 4 from the right side also. So 4 plus 1 which is 9. So similarly we will calculate for 3. For 3 we are getting 1 and 1, 2, because from one side we are getting 0 and we are getting 2 only. So in this case for all we will calculate and we will return the maximum value. So now let's see the code. When you will see the code, it will be very much simple and you will get to understand the entire logic for this. So what we are doing is we are having a function diameter in which the parameter that is passed is root node. That is the root node of the given tree. What we will do is initially we will take a global variable MA. MA will basically consider our maximum value of nodes that we have to return finally, right? So we have initially initialize the MA value as int min, because we know that we have to assign the minimum most minimum value, right? So now what we will do is we will create a function solve. Why I am doing this? Because we have to call it multiple times in order to calculate the height. That is why I have created a function solve and I have provided the root node to it. And then finally once this function will be called and executed multiple times recursively, we will get our answer stored in our MA variable. Now let's see this function as solve. Solve has parameter root with root passed in itself. So this is the base condition that we always write. If the root is equals to null, what we will do is we will simply return 0, right? Why we have written this? Suppose for example if we are on this given node, right? So from the left side we are getting what? We are getting 0 because it does not have any children node. So this is the base condition that we have written. So now what we have written next is what we are doing is we are calling this function recursively for the left subtree and for the right subtree. So again int x equals to solve root of left, int y equals to solve root of right. Okay, so x and y will have the height values stored for the left subtree and right subtree respectively. Now before looking at this condition, let's see the return statement. Return statement is doing nothing but the calculating the height and returning the height. So maximum of xy plus 1, we have already seen this is the condition for calculating the height. That is the value whatever we are getting from the left side, and the value that we are getting from the right side, we will take the maximum of these two values and we will add 1 to it. So this this will do is this will give us the height of a given tree. So what we have done is we have calculated the height for every node. So now what we are doing over here is in the MA variable, what we are doing is we are storing the maximum value that we have got in this recursive call, right? So already the value that we have got is initially in our MA the value will be int min. So the next what it will do the comparison is int min will be compared with x plus y plus 1. Whatever the value that we are getting from the left subtree, whatever the value that we are getting from the right subtree plus 1. Okay, so that will be calculated and it will be compared with our previous MA value that we have stored. So after calculating the height or the multiple recursive call for this solve function, we will finally have the maximum values of all the values that we have got from for different nodes, the heights that we have got from for the different nodes. The maximum value out of that we will get in our MA variable, and we will simply return our MA variable. So this was the basic logic for this code. So let's try to submit this code. So the problem is solved successfully. So thanks for watching.